What is up, guys? Welcome to the web class, how to make money on Instagram, how to build a brand on social media, and how to do all that fun stuff. So I'm your host, Colin Tovar. I'm going to be your presenter for the next 30 to 45 minutes here. I'll try to keep it short and concise to keep your guys' time super valuable. Yeah, I'll kind of let everybody roll on here. I know that, not everybody can be here on time. I know exactly how it is, but I'll kind of take this time to explain why we created the web class and, kind of what it is for everybody on here. And really who this web class is for influencers looking to build a brand on social media, how to make money, right? Anybody who's photographers, models, stylists, makeup artists, anybody like that who's looking to monetize their Instagrams. And we really wanted to approach it with value first, right? There's a lot of people who say they know what they're doing on Instagram, but are giving the wrong value and information out there for influencers trying to monetize it. And it's just a brand new industry that has a lot of clutter to it. So I'm here to show you somebody who has done it themselves to show you how to do it yourself. So let's kind of get into the slide presentation here and let's start it up. So what's up, guys? Nice to meet you. I'll start off by saying that in 2017, a year and a half ago, I was bankrupt, a college dropout. I was a barista, 22 years old, not a really fun place to be. Trying to go into college was like trying to fit a square peg into a circle hole. It didn't work at all. And, same thing with, being bankrupt. I tried to start a bunch of businesses. I started 10 by the time I was 22 and they had all failed. So, I made some bad business investments and I went bankrupt for $30,000. And guys, like I was saying, it's just a rock bottom place to be after all failures. And what I, only knew what I wanted to do, which is be an entrepreneur. So, from there, I really just kind of said, okay, I can, only go up from here. I can keep on sulking. So I built my Instagram to 33K followers within 6 months. I got exclusive brand partnerships with Coors Light, one of the top beer companies in the world, Movement, over 1 million followers on Instagram, and a few more, and built my agency to over 15K a month in monthly recurring revenue with my business partner. And we've been super blessed and just have had a fun time doing that since then. So that's been a crazy, awesome time, and got to meet and work with top influencers like Logan Paul, George Janko, King Batch, Amanda Cerny, and more. It's actually a picture of me and George and Logan. Logan right there, George, Mark, and Johannes. We're out on Hollywood Boulevard, did like a fake picture, fake laughing picture. But it's been a fun time working with them. And, since then I've kind of taken all the information and knowledge that I've learned out of all of that and built a network of over 10,000 influencers, teaching them how to build a brand on social media, how to monetize their Instagrams, how to really do what I've done. Because I think that people chasing their passions, people, making money on the side, doing what they're passionate about just by being on social media, which is really cool, because that wasn't possible 5 to 7 years ago to kind of make money doing, this stuff on the side just by posting pictures on Instagram. So I think it's really cool to be able to teach people that. So yeah, nice to meet you guys. Hopefully, I can show you that I'm somebody that actually knows what they're doing, and can come with a humble and just super transparent background to come on here in this webinar to just teach you guys this value. Hopefully you guys can see what our company is all about, just leading with value first. I'm a big fan of Gary Vaynerchuk, so that's what we're here to do. We're here to lead with value for you guys and just give you all the tools you could possibly need to be successful on Instagram. But let's kind of bust the 3 big myths. I want to kind of break and rebuild your existing patterns on what it is on Instagram and what it takes to be successful. Number 1 is it takes too much time to build a successful brand around my passion. Number 2, it's impossible to get 10,000 followers. Right? And number 3, it's too damn hard to find paid brand deals. All right, out of these 3 things, I'll tell you they're myths because I'll kind of start with this. When I was bankrupt, it was a myth that I would ever become a successful business owner, right? A lot of people will say someone who's bankrupt or had 10 failed businesses before the age of 22 or, was at where I was at, they would have said, no, you're not going to be a successful entrepreneur. You need to go back to school and get a degree, right? That's what the whole world is saying right now. So that's why I say they're myths, guys, because you could say the same thing about building a successful brand. I think it's possible for anybody, right? As long as you have the right knowledge and tools, and same thing to get to 10K followers. I help my clients get there within 3 to 6 months, guys. It's really not that hard. Just to take the stuff on this take the information that I teach you guys on this whole webinar and this whole web class, and really start applying it to your brands, guys, and you'll see. But I'll break into each one of these a little bit more, about how to build a successful brand and how to get 10K followers, how to get paid brand deals, how to do all that fun stuff. I'll kind of break into that, but I can't really help you out unless I tell you why Instagram. Why is Instagram the best platform right now for influencers to work with on paid brand deals? I think it's because there's the most opportunity right there. 80% of Instagram users follow a business on Instagram. I don't know if you guys know that, right? And the reason that is, like, the reason that's so big, businesses like that influencers are like, people are following them, right? Instagram is the number one platform that has those types of numbers. Facebook doesn't have that. YouTube doesn't have that. People are paying attention to businesses on Instagram, and businesses are giving back to influencers who want to promote their products for that, because they realize that influencers, they can trust the opinion, right? When I was working with Logan Paul, Dick's Sporting Goods hit him up for a brand deal. They said, okay, we want to pay you this much for a post because we realize that your audience trusts you, right? Your audience knows your opinion, they trust your opinion, and if you talk about our product, they'll eat it all up, right? You see this with Bradley Cooper and Lincoln commercials. You see this with Julia Roberts and makeup commercials and CoverGirl, whatever, all that stuff. So definitely a powerful thing, and just a brand new industry that has room to grow. Businesses are taking their money out of billboard advertising, TV advertising, all that stuff, and pouring it into influencer marketing. And Instagram is leading the way with being 16 billion spent in influencer marketing last year, 2017, last year, 2018, up from 8 billion last year in 2017 and 3 billion the year before that in 2016. So it's definitely growing, guys, from 3 to 8 to 16. And by the end of 2019, I wouldn't doubt it if it were to double or triple again. So definitely keep your eye out for that, guys. Instagram is a badass platform and has only room to grow. So really, what or who is an influencer? I'll kind of put a poll up here to kind of get a feel for the room of what you guys are and what type of influencers you guys are. So I'll fill that out. But what or who is an influencer? Well, it comes down to being anybody with a passion, trying to influence others with that passion on social media. So if you're a good photographer, you take good photos, want to put that out on social media, and you're posting photos out there, guess what? You're an influencer. You don't need to have 1,000 followers, 2,000 followers. The world will define it, and other companies will define it. But if you're building, you can define yourself as an influencer as just starting out. You can be an influencer just starting out. So if you're a photographer, model, videographer, makeup artist, fitness expert, entrepreneur, anybody trying to build your personal brand out there, that's really who you are. So fill out that poll on the right here. Let me know exactly who you are, what influencer, what type of influencer you are, and let's get back into the slides here. What do you need to be successful on IG? And this kind of goes back into the myths and that I'm breaking and rebuilding for you in the very beginning, right? Number one, it starts with building a brand around your personal passion, right? And number two, build a following at least 10K active and engaged followers who are interested in your passion. And number three, get paid to post by brands. Focus on your passion to support your career moving forward. Guys, if you had these three things, you probably have a pretty good life on Instagram, right? You'd be living pretty. You're getting paid to post, right? Living your passion. You have an active and engaged following of people who just love what you do and just support you, right? That's an awesome place to be. So really, I'm going to go into the next slides about how to really do this, and starting with number one, how to build a brand around your personal passion. But I can't really help you guys out to understand exactly how to do that stuff if I don't give you a story, first, of someone who's doing all of it, right? So who has done all of it, has made a case study out of it, made an example out of it, and shows that, okay, if you take these right steps, because this person did it, it would actually work for you as well, right? And we have plenty of case studies like this as well. So Courtney Hansen is a fashion blogger stylist in Seattle, Washington. She was one of our beta clients. She came to us right when we were starting this company and said, hey, I'm struggling to find brand deals on Insta. I'm struggling to build an authentic audience. And, I have less than 3,000 followers. I see these other influencers, these other fashion influencers who are just traveling around, making all this money. How do I do this for myself? So, within about 3 months, we built an authentic audience of 10,000 plus followers. She was able to build connections in her industry of fashion and just the DMs and email, just from connections she was making on Instagram alone in her local area in Seattle. And got paid brand deals from companies like Target, supporting her dream moving forward. You'll see that photo on the bottom right is actually one of her brand deals with Target. Super cool. And one above that is actually when she had 10K, talking about how she built those authentic relationships. Couldn't have built that audience if it wasn't for building those authentic relationships with them. So, super cool kind of case study about how powerful that is, that you need the authentic relationships, you need the brand deals, you need to do all of that stuff to be successful on Instagram, right? Well, you need the authentic audience. You need to build a brand before you can get the brand deals, right? But you need those two things. You need those two things first, to build a brand and to build an authentic audience. around that brand. So now she's using her Instagram as a catalyst to open more doors in the fashion industry and make money on the side. So I think that's super cool, guys. If you guys are someone like, on the right there, photographer, videographer, model, someone who's trying to just get their passion out there, guys, I applaud you for that. Right? Keep doing that because it's possible. It's possible for Courtney. She's living that lifestyle out, and now we've helped plenty of other influencers do that, guys. And I know we can help you do the same. So definitely take this information on this webinar and start applying it to your brand, because that could be possible for yourself. And hopefully I'm starting to get your gears turning for yourself. We're like, yeah, this is possible for me. So number one, build a brand around your personal passion. And we'll kind of go into the handle, profile photo, bio, and content in building a professional brand. So let's get into it with a handle. So I'll digress these into good handles versus bad handles and why. Right. So on the left, the good handles, the reason these are good is because let's start with Styles by Grace. Right. Styles by Grace, it says exactly what she does. Maybe, Styles, it's probably about fashion, and by Grace, right? It says her name. That's great. It says what she does, says her name, brands herself. Awesome. Same thing here with Jason Photography AZ. Says what he does, says his name, right? He's a photographer. And actually it says where he's from, Arizona, right? AZ. So that's really cool to be able to get connected with your photographer. You probably want to get connected with local people, right? Local businesses, local clients. So putting AZ in your bio is actually really good, because that's what kind of makes the difference for people to come onto your profile, right? Or bouncing. They'll see, oh, AZ, I'm going to click on the person's profile now. It's just that one extra touch point, guys. And really the magic's in the details when it comes onto Instagram. So yeah, super powerful, guys. It really is about the details. So coming into these other two, and I'll spend a little bit of time on these. It's just a unique way to kind of put your name out there, right? When you put real Casey Adams, I am Jordan Jones, right? With those, you saw celebrities do it about 5 to 7 years ago. A lot of fan accounts were creating fake accounts of them, right? So they made themselves stand out with I am this, or real this, right? Or I'm this. And it just kind of makes you stand out a little bit more. It says you are somebody, right? So kind of that's why influencers kind of adopted this from celebrities, because they're personally branding themselves as I am this person. And it helps you kind of get away from these ones on the right here, where you'll see the underscores, the periods, and all of those ugly kind of cluttered stuff that makes people maybe not want to click on your handle, because it doesn't come off as professional, right? And if you're branding yourself, you want to come off as professional to people. So try to make your handles look like the good ones to the left, and stick away from periods, underscores, all that stuff to the right. And we actually did a test with that with handles as well, guys, just so you know. With over 5,000 accounts, we tested all the handles that had the periods and the underscores versus the ones that didn't. The ones that didn't actually got better engagement, better follow back ratios, just better overall results and ranking in the algorithm for some reason, just because their handles were just good and clean and concise. And obviously it comes down to a lot more than that, guys, and that's why I didn't spend too much time on the handle, but the handle is important in keeping attention to detail. So let's get into a profile photo here. What makes a good profile photo? So what makes a good profile photo, guys? It needs to be personable. It needs to be visible and clean, right? It just needs to be up close and professional, guys. If you're trying to get your personal brand out there and you're trying to get yourself out there, don't put a dark photo where no one can see your face, right? I know it's small, but just because it's small doesn't mean it doesn't matter. Because it's small means you should make it as visible as possible, right? So make it clean, make it bright, just make it look like the photos that you see, the three examples of these two guys up here, this gentleman and this lady, and then me as well down here. And I'll kind of spend some time on matches your overall brand and content, and use mine as an example. You'll see my profile photo. It's very bright, very vivid, very contrasting. And I'm not saying that's how all profile photos need to be. Okay, if you have a grungy profile, or you're a photographer who has lighter, not as much tones, take those out, right? I'm using bright, contrasty because that's my profile. But think about the overall brand of what my profile photo is encompassing right now. It's bright, vivid, it's saturated, I'm smiling, it's of me traveling, there's water in the background, it's a beach, and if you can look up real close, you can tell that. And all those little things matter, right? Because that's my overall brand. If you look here to my right, that's an excerpt of my content. I'm traveling around, right? That's my they're really vivid, they're really bright, they're really saturated, right? It matches my profile photo. And that's kind of like the glue between the two. If your profile photo doesn't look like your content, people are gonna to build less of a connection with you. They won't trust you as more. Believe it or not, it's those small details that really matter, guys. So try to make your profile photo match your content as much as possible when you're making that, and it'll make a big difference. So let's go into the third one, C, bio. And really, what does it take to create a good bio? I'll tell you, this is probably the number one thing. Everyone wants to know how to make a good bio if you're really personal branding yourself. You only get 150 characters. So what do you do to make it count? Well, really, you want to answer these three questions, guys. I used to take people and I used to do audits for bios and take their bio and then write them a better one and have them just copy and paste that into their bio. But for this one, I kind of narrowed down all those audits since I can't do it specifically on this one big webinar. I'm doing it for everybody. So what do you do? What makes you special, and what's in it for them? Those are the three questions you guys need to ask, right? That's it. So, and I'll spend time on the bio link here in a second, but what do you do, right? On AJ Adams here, I'll kind of dissect his a little bit and do what I did with the good handles versus the bad handles. So the good here on the left, I build $1 million digital brands. Not only does that say what he does, but it says what makes it special, right? I build $1 million digital brands. That is a powerful statement right there, right? And then on the right here, realtor, she says buy, sell, lease, and invest, right? That's not as appealing. That's not as appetizing, right? When you see a realtor, you probably already know that they buy, sell, lease, invest. That's already a thing that you know you can do with a realtor, right? So AJ put it really creatively. He said, I build $1 million digital brands. Definitely a great way to do that. Says what you do, what makes it special for them. A really unique way to put it. And you'll see he put his podcast down there, branding himself. That's awesome. Putting that on there, maybe cross-trafficking a little bit, but it answers the questions. What do you do? What makes you special? CEO of D6 Media, right? Says, what does he do? Maybe what makes him special? He's the CEO of his own company, right? And it says, monetize your personal brand. Guys, all of those are glued together. Do you see how they all kind of stuck around one similar theme? It's a podcast, the Brand Domination Show, right? He says he does a podcast because it's probably about personal brands, right? The Brand Domination Show. I build $1 million digital brands. I'm the CEO of this company. What does this company do? It probably helps you monetize your personal brand. What's in it for them, right? Right below that. Monetize your personal brand. So definitely some powerful questions to answer when you guys are thinking about your bio. And like I said, it's hard to do specifically for each specific industry, but as long as you answer these three questions, guys, you can create a powerful bio for yourself to make it look like the one on the left. And the one on the right here, you'll see, try to stick away from the contact options, guys. You can add contact options. If you guys don't know, you can go to your Instagram settings, add the contact if you are a business account connected to a business Facebook page. You can add those contact options in there, the email, the number, all that stuff right below the bio link, right? It could say call, text, email, all that fun stuff. So definitely don't utilize that space. You only get 150 characters in your bio. Don't put your contact information in your bio. It'll be way easier if you just put them on the buttons below. And the last thing here, bio link, bio link, bio link. This is one thing that I don't think a lot of people are utilizing in and of itself. Super important, guys. You want to be utilizing a bio link because it's real estate that you just need. You don't need to have a business. You don't need to have a personal website or anything. Even if it's just a charity or a personal blog or your Facebook page or your YouTube channel, something like that. Just utilize that real estate because if not, you just don't have anybody clicking on something that can go to something that you actually support, right? And you want to get people to. And it also helps you pull people off of Instagram onto something else, right? Instagram could shut down tomorrow, probably not going to happen, but you want to start thinking about taking these followers and bringing them out to something else, right? That way you kind of hold them and you can, sell things further down the road to them or whatever that is. You could promote things further down the road. It's just a good thing to have an idea of. So bio link, super powerful to utilize. And let's get into the fourth one here, content. You hear it a lot, right? Content is king. You hear also quality versus quantity, right? But for this one, with content, you actually want it to be quality and quantity. And the reason that is because I'll kind of spend a little bit of time on quality, I guess. What does quality content mean, right? Well, when it comes down to it, you'll see these two examples, and that's why I put these in here, is so you can see these are high quality, right? High quality content. You can tell he puts time into his content. That's how you can tell when it's high quality content. Same with Rachel Garcia, right? She has the coffee cup. You can see the composition of where the laptop is good. You don't need to be a professional photographer, guys, but just make sure that your photos look professional, as if maybe a photographer had some type of eye for it, right? There's a lot of people who have messy things in their photo. They don't make their photo look all professional and clean. There's maybe the cats in their photo or something. just try to build your brand around you, right? That's what's going to build the trust around you being professional as shit with your content, right? Just try to be professional and high quality with your content. And definitely you want to be putting it out a lot, right? Quantity is important. There's 200 million daily active users on Instagram. Because of that, Instagram limits the content to only 70% of the content being shown on Instagram, right? So because of that, you need to be posting at least once a day. That's my minimum, guys. I mean, if you're going to go down to a minimum below that, I'd say 5 times a week, just skip weekends. But I'd honestly say just do once a day. And I know that sounds like a lot of commitment, guys, but if you get a bunch of photos in one shoot, or if you're consistent with it, right, it becomes easier over time. But definitely getting content out there in whatever way you can. A lot of people mix quotes, like how you see Jordan did on top here. They mix quotes to make it a little bit easier to make posting content a lot more. But you want to get out there as much as you can. You see Gary Vaynerchuk do it a lot of times. He's out there on stories. He's getting out there as much as he can, his face out there, because that's what you need in today's day and age. Attention if you want to build a personal brand. So definitely powerful to get quantity out there. And just a couple of other things, utilizing stories is huge, utilizing live video, utilizing highlighted stories. You definitely want to be utilizing these features, guys. Use them. If you're not using stories, definitely get on them. Instagram will rank you better because you're using an extra feature. That's how Instagram works. If the more features you use, the better they'll rank you. But not only that, it builds trust. It builds consistency with your followers. Those other 2 points there. It's super important to build those things, guys, with your followers, because the more you build that transparency, right? Like how I'm doing on the webinar with you guys. If you guys do that in your stories and talk to your followers and listen to them and build that trust and build that consistency, they'll trust you more, and then your results will skyrocket from there. So definitely utilize those things, guys. If you're not utilizing them, start utilizing them for sure. And just a fun fact, selfies get 60% more likes. So if you're looking to get a quick content boost, or, maybe on the explore page a little bit, post a selfie if you haven't posted one in a while, play around with that feature. It's definitely a powerful statistic that they get 60% more likes for sure. And the last one here, get a theme. So again, I have check examples here, and I'll kind of digest the themes of these and what exactly the theme means. So Jordan's a little bit easier to pick out, right? He has the diamond theme. He has the quotes here, right? You can kind of see those, and then he has his photos or videos here on the diamonds. It's really, what you're getting with him, right? It's really what I call sticky content, right? People want to keep sticking. They want to stick to your feed. They want to keep scrolling down. So create a content theme, right? It's definitely super powerful to think about how your content is going. One of my favorite themes is doing columns, right? One column is videos, one column is quotes, and one column is maybe photos giving value or a call to action or something like that. But definitely super powerful to have some type of theme in place, because it just, again, builds that trust, builds that consistency. And when it comes down to the little things like that you may not think that matter, if people come onto your profile and it looks all good, that's what really does matter. It's those small details that really make the difference. If somebody continuing to scroll, they learn a little bit more about you, then they click on your bio link or they follow you, right? That's what really makes the difference. So try to create a theme, and I'll go into Rachel's here. This is a really cool theme that I think it's also another diamond theme. She offset her photos here. She put photos of just her in the center, right, on the diamonds, and the other ones are kind of offset photos of just kind of filler photos, right? And it just kind of adds to the story. Your whole feed is one big story, right? So you're just kind of adding to the whole story and building on top of that, and just making sure it's consistent and concise. So guys, definitely super powerful content to keep it light, keep it consistent, and building trust. So let's get into the second one here, and I only have one slide on this to build a following of at least 10K. That's why there's so much information, but I'll digest into these and explain exactly what each one means. So how do you build a following of at least 10K? Well, it takes a lot of, honestly, engaging with your community and building your community, right? Engaging their audience, building your community. That's it, guys. You need to pour into them, and they'll pour into you. And I know that sounds like a lot of time and work, but let me teach you the right ways to do it. And it really won't take you more than an extra 5 to 10 minutes a day to just pour into your audience and do the right things to build up to 10K and more. And I'll explain exactly why building into your audience is better for you on the back end. So, engage with your audience. Number one, responding to comments. That is the number one most simple fix I can tell for you guys, right? Number one, respond to your comments. If you're not responding to every single comment that someone replies to you, then you're actually not ranking as good in the algorithm. Like I said, the more features you use, remember what I said on the last slide? The more features you use on Instagram, the more they'll actually rank your photo better. So if you respond to comments in the first 10 minutes, if your notepad out, you want to write this down. In the first 10 minutes, Instagram looks at that first 10 minutes, and then they look at the first hour. So they look at those two metrics separate. Then after the first hour, it doesn't really matter as much. But then the first 10 minutes, they look at the engagement, and then within the first hour. So make sure you're responding to comments within that first 10 minutes as much as you can. If they kind of start to slow down after the first 10 minutes, which you'll see they will, which is why Instagram only does the first 10 minutes, then go back before the first hour and reply to the comments in between the 10 minutes and the hour, if that makes sense. So as long as you're replying within that time, your photos will just rank better, and it'll just show that your audience is more, it'll show that you're engaged with your audience, more engaged with your audience, and it'll show brands that you're more engaged with your audience, right? It's overall encompassing good to just be more engaged with your audience. So respond to your comments, guys, and you'll see the results definitely skyrocket from there. That's one definitely quick, simple fix. And number two is follow and engage with similar accounts based off your passion. So I'll do a screen share here so you guys can see exactly an example of me going and doing this. All right. So I live in Arizona, right? This is my profile here. Phoenix. All right, guys, this webinar software makes my computer run a little slow when I'm live. All right, so Phoenix, Arizona, right? Let's look at all of these. Looks like fitness influencers. All right, this girl's a fashion influencer. Let's go on the fashion influencer. All right, she's got lots of likes on her, 3,329. She's got 37 comments, right? Definitely a powerful influencer in this area. That was a top post. 46K on Instagram, great. She's a local influencer that I just connected with, right? Has high quality content, fashion. I would love to connect with her because I can help her grow on Instagram, right? And that's definitely a great way to start connecting with people. And that's for me personally and what I can do in my own business. Let me get my slideshow back here. That's what I would do in my business is I would go on and reach out to her, but it's definitely powerful to start doing that and building that to your own audience, right? To you do this. It's not just for the connection, just so you can help them, but it's just you're following and engaging with them, right? And the more you do that, the more you can start doing maybe local shoots with them. It doesn't have to be local influencers, right? You can just type in other areas in California that you like, or other hashtags that you like, and just follow accounts based off your location and passion, right? That's all you need to do, and it just kind of starts building from there. You can start doing cross collaborations, shout outs for shout outs, all that stuff, but start pouring into that community and start doing that, and you'll definitely start to see the results. Let's get into B, building the community, because that's really the important one. Engaging with your audience that's already existing is great, right? And that'll get you only so far. Building your community is the biggest thing, and these 2 points, guys, are the 2 points that Logan Paul and George Janko taught me. So I think that was super valuable time to I don't ever take that for granted, the time that I got to learn from them and see exactly how they nurture their audience to get 16 million plus views, and 16 million plus more views. They got 16 million plus followers, subscribers. They got millions and millions of views, just thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars is getting paid to them, and they're just living their lifestyle, right? So I got to really see that and how they built their community. And these 2 points is really what they taught me: is direct message and talk to your most engaged followers, right? Not many people are doing this. Not many people spend time to talk to their followers. Who's going to give you that piece of advice, right? That is the number one best piece of advice you guys are probably going to get on here. Guys, George and Logan, they were always, and all of those guys, they all lived in the same building, so it was easy to see all of them do the same things, but we were all doing it. They were FaceTiming their followers. They were Skyping their followers. They had scheduled times out. They would do meetups, right? And as they got bigger, you can do that. But if you're not doing it as you're starting small, you can't wait until you get big and then just wait to a manager, and just start talking to your followers. It doesn't come like that. You need to pour into your audience, right? And they'll pour back into you. That's what makes people tag their friends, guys. That's what makes raving fans who are gonna follow you and just post stories about you and make fan art of you and stuff like that. So start direct messaging and changing people's lives and actually influencing. Be an influencer, right? Direct message and talk to your most engaged followers. And then number 2 is be transparent with your followers and listen to them, right? Be transparent with them. Go, get on the stories. Like I said before, get on the lives. Ask them what you can do to improve, right? If there's somebody who comments something bad, don't take that as a bad comment. Take it as constructive criticism and listen to them, right? Change what you need to change about your brand. Be adaptive, right? Because you don't know what your personal brand is. Your audience helps define what your personal brand is, right? You know what you're influencing with, but you need to listen and pay attention to what your audience has for you. All right. So just be transparent with them and listen to them. Definitely a powerful way to get at least 10K active and engaged followers. And number 3, get paid to post by brands. This is kind of the overall thing you need to sustain your career moving forward as an influencer, right? So number 1, get involved with the right team who has a network of brands that who is already looking for influencers to pay about their products, right? So that's really how you get paid to post by brands. You need to find a team, guys. It's hard to do it solo. I mean, you can go get a manager out there, but there's not a lot of managers that are finding specifically influencers. They work with models who have Instagram accounts, but there's no one really working specifically with influencers right now that has a network of brands already that are looking for influencers to pay. And the number 2 is travel promoting products on company's money, right? That would be pretty cool. That's actually an option for influencers, right? For makeup influencers, for travel influencers, anybody. People actually send other influencers on like vacations to Bali and stuff like that just so they can get content for their product. Now that's once you get a little bigger, right? But it's definitely possible. Number 3, get paid to post about products around your passion, right? So I can't really tell you how to do these things. That's why I kept this slide you can travel promoting products on companies' money. And I kind of explain what getting paid to post brands is, and it helps you sustain your career moving forward. But again, guys, I can't really tell you unless I had a story. So I'll tell you about my story about how I got the Coors Light brand deal and exactly what that was all for me. That way you guys can kind of see, okay, that's what getting paid brand deals is, right? And how you do this, guys, is using the stuff from before, right? Using the same value and the knowledge that I told you from before. I just talked about it. The 10K, right? Building an authentic audience to 10K and building a brand around your passion. If you guys do those things and took notes, and there will be a webinar replay link that gets sent out in 24 hours. So you guys will get it never expires. So you guys can save this, save the link and always just watch the replay recording and, kind of get the overall encompassing, okay, this is how I build a brand, right? And this is kind of the results that you'll get. So, I'll tell you this story just real quick. Coors Light, they sent me this email, exclusive opportunity from Coors Light and Hotel Telluride. We'd love to send you, you've overcame your own personal barriers and, we're all about your own mountains. We're all about conquering your own mountains as well. And so we'd love to send you out on a 4-night stay at Hotel Telluride. We'd love to pay for your flight. We want you to come to a pre-climb dinner, a post-climb dinner, a beer pairing dinner with Coors Light and, all the other people that were there. So, they sent me this email and I said, oh my gosh, yes, I'd love to accept, right? So, they sent me the email of all the itinerary and stuff, and I got my flight, booked it all and everything, and I was off on my way to Telluride. I got in, an hour and a half outside of Telluride, met with the Coors Light employees, and I asked them, why are you guys doing this? Why are you guys, pouring into influencers? I had 30,000 followers on Instagram at the time. I didn't understand why they did it. And they said, we really want to build an intimate, close connection with you rather than talk to managers and agents and all this stuff. We wanted to build a connection with influencers one-on-one, right? And that's where I really saw the value. I was like, okay, Coors Light, it's a Fortune 200 company, one of the largest companies in the world, right? And yet they're reaching out to me, an influencer with 30,000 followers, to go and pay for his flight and his hotel at this beautiful hotel. You'll see the resort down here. That's the room. It had a beautiful balcony, and that's Telluride, a beautiful little town in Colorado. It actually has the most 14,000 foot mountains in the world surrounding it. So it's just kind of like this little valley of beautifulness. And, so yeah, guys, it was a really fun time. Go out there for 4 days, having this professional beer pairing dinner with all the other people there, all the other Coors Light employees. I think they brought 8 other influencers, and we all sat at a table and got to share our stories. And they had this whole 3-course meal, or they genuinely paired it with Coors Light beer, and then they marinated this peach dessert in the Coors Light beer, and we tasted this peach dessert. It tasted so good. It was marinated for like 48 hours, and then they had the master guy, the #1 brewer at Coors Light. He'd been doing it for almost since the company had begun. He does it for all the regions. He was sitting there just explaining to us, all of us, the story of Coors. And he came in after each course, right? After every 20 minutes or so, and added to his story a little bit more. He was a super interesting guy, just the way he did it. But this the whole thing, this is the whole experience of being there and tasting, doing professional tasting of the beer and going on this amazing hike to hike the mountain on the court. The mountain we hiked was, they sent me out to Telluride to hike the mountain of Coors Light packaging, the mountain that's on Coors packaging. So we hiked that with Eric Weinmeier, the first blind climber to ever climb Mount Everest. And he actually blind kayaks as well. Very inspirational guy, has, millions of followers around the world. And he's just overcomes his personal barriers. The fact that he can do this. And he came and gave us an inspirational speech about how he can, put something on his tongue and play rock, paper, scissors with his daughter. And it's just this massive eye-opening technology, that he's talking about how he can break through that. And, he was telling us this story about how he's, went over his personal barriers of becoming blind as a child and having to go through that. And guys, just the overall experience was great. And climbing the Coors Mountain was just a whole nother experience, a 14,000 foot mountain. And just, the 8-hour, 9-hour day climb. We summited, that's our group there, summiting at the top there. So definitely a cool experience. They gave me a lot of cool stuff. You'll see my bag up there. That's a Marmot bag branded by Coors Light. They gave me this water bottle. They specifically hooked up with Spider, and they gave me this cool bottle. And I've gotten plenty of other things from companies, guys. These are the watches from Movement, right? So this is real proof, guys. These are things that I got sent out from companies for free. Got these $100 boots one time just because companies will DM you if you have followers, right? They'll give you products for free. They'll pay you to post, and they'll even pay you to travel, just like how I did with the Coors Light brand deal. The reason I told you guys that story is you guys can see exactly why I created this company. I really, truly wanted to help influencers get there, guys. If you can't see that transparently, I gave you guys the value. I gave you guys everything I knew. That's the stuff I knew to build my brand. That's all of it on this webinar, right? So hopefully I can give you guys that value, and you guys can see why we created this company to help other influencers do what I've done, get paid to post. I've worked with top influencers like Logan Paul to learn the best ways to grow on Instagram, right? So that's really what we wanted to do for you guys. That's why we created this company. And here's how we really helped influencers out, helped influencers gain followers, get paid brand deal opportunities, get paid to post. Worked with over 10,000 influencers now to do that, helped them get more engagement, real connections with real people, and turning their passion into career on Instagram. I love doing that. I love seeing someone who has a passion for makeup, and I can help them get paid gigs from makeup and actually do that on the side and start to see, man, if that wasn't possible 3 months ago, now I'm able to do that on the side, and I can actually see myself making a career out of this, so that, it was a big life-changing thing for me to do that in my own life. So great to help influencers do that right now. But yeah, guys, I'm not here to try to sell you anything. I'm here to tell you about what's possible for you guys. If you guys want to invest in yourself, I had to invest in myself when I was building my personal brand, and getting those followers. So if you guys want to make it a little bit easier for yourself to get those followers, I'm here to aid you. We have 2 packages. One of them is the basic package, $97 per month. What you get with that is Instagram basic growth, right? It's about 500 to 2,000 followers per month. Those are true targeted followers. They're true engaged followers. They're people who are interested in your passion. We will help bring those people to you. 500 to 2,000 followers per month, right? We wanted to, like I said, lead with value first. Basic reporting console, so you can see your day-to-day tracking results, and I'll show you guys exactly what that basic reporting console looks like here in a second, as well as the Elite Influencer Hub. We call it the Elite Suite now, kind of rhymes. And you can actually use elite influencers as a reference on your resume. Like I said, we truly want to help you be a stepping stone. We wouldn't consider ourselves as much an agency, rather as an aid to help you get to where you need to go. So use this as a reference on your resume. Write us down. We have the numbers, and again, I'll show you in the Elite Suite where you can get that. So you can, put us down there. And also you get a personal branding consultant. Another one of those things, guys, we said lead with value first. For $97 a month, we really like to think that we put as much value as we could into this package. But personal branding consultant, you get someone with you every single day that can hold your hand and really tell you the number one things you need to do to be successful on Instagram. you get that one-on-one type of support when you need specific questions for you. And I think that's one thing that not a lot of people are willing to offer out there right now. So definitely super cool on the $97 per month package. But we have this elite package, and I kind of discounted this package for you guys, so you guys can really get the true value, because I think the 97 per month package is great. And I put that option out there for people who want to get the basic level and just the basic level support. But for the elite package of the $249 per month, what was originally $297 per month, you get all the bait, and you're actually locked in at that price at $249 per month. It's not a first month thing. We actually lock you in at that price, so that's pretty cool. It's all the basic package benefits, except you get accelerated growth, so 100% faster than the basic package. You get anywhere from 2,000 to 5,000 followers per month on the elite package, and you actually get an engagement boost as well, which is kind of nice. Definitely helps out with more money and brand deals. Just helps to have better engagement on Instagram. We focus a little bit more with our elite influencers to get them better engagement, and we also have an advanced reporting console. I'll show you guys that one, the reporting console, like I said, here in a second, and elite exclusive paid to post brand opportunities. We realize our influencers who are willing to pay $249 per month probably have a pretty serious, direction with their brand. They really want to kind of ramp it up, and they have the money to do that. So we take that seriously. We know that, you want to do that. So, if you want, we actually put aside elite exclusive paid brand deals for you, that companies that want to work with our elite influencers. So we set those aside for our elite influencers. I think that's pretty cool. So those are kind of our two packages here, and I will go and share my screen here so you guys can see the elite suite. All right, so this is the elite suite. We come in here and you can see all of the powerful things that we have back here. So I'll start with let's see, I could start with the free resources here. Let's scroll through there. Definitely a bunch of free resources for you guys to download and use. How I gained 33K followers in 6 months. That's an ebook that me and my business partner wrote. 7 keys to Instagram. Definitely a powerful one. Actually, I'm going to give you guys a free PDF here in a second as well, so you guys can have some powerful things for yourself. But definitely powerful free resources. This is the influencer reference info, where you can, put down our information to use this as a reference. This is actually mine and my business partner's information to use on your resume, to, put out there to get your professional career. So you'll see that there's just a bunch of cool things in here. You can purchase our other products back here, see our Elite e-course. You can get access to that back here, access your analytics dashboard. So just the whole Elite suite is to connect with other members and just really be on one platform. You can access everything. And I'll show you what the analytics dashboard looks like here. This is actually my girlfriend's account, Shay. And so you'll see her follow back ratio right here. This is kind of just the whole reporting console for you to see your day-to-day results. So you'll see the 30-day growth chart here. She had 11,946 followers on the 10th. December 10th now. On January 9th, she has 13,110. So you see she's growing. You can see your recent post engagement. You can go to your growth performance back here. You can switch the amount of days. You can go to the last 90 days. If it doesn't make my computer go all finicky here, there we go. And you can see the day-by-day growth, right? 114 here, lost a couple here, right? So you can see exactly what your day-by-day performance is. Engagement performance, right? You can see exactly how engaged you are. That way you can tell brands more accurately what your engagement is. And you can tell people, oh, I have 10% engagement, right? And you can also see your whitelist. So definitely some super powerful things, guys. And I thank you guys so much, by the way, for coming on and hearing this out. But yeah, if you guys would like to work with us, I will go and put that offer up here now. Special $50 off offer that is up there. And let me see if I had any more videos to share here. Oh, I had one more testimony video. I wanted to show you guys our parent company is Elite Marketing Studios. We really started with businesses to help business increase their sales on Instagram. But we have a couple of influencers on this video as well. So that's why you hear Elite Marketing Studios in this testimonial video. But it's definitely coinciding with Elite Influencers. So I'm going to go and play this testimonial video if I can figure it out.
Hey guys, Ben Corson here.
My name is Kia Bakey.
My name's Jeremy Adams with Tumble Safe Clinics.
I'm a commercial real estate agent out of Mesa, Arizona. I need local followers
And I especially need local businesses following me.
The Elite Marketing Studios has been running my Instagram account for about the past month. In that time, my account has grown by several thousand followers and is continuing to grow at that steady rate.
What's amazing is that these people are actually engaging. These aren't just random followers.
These are real followers that actually engage with your content.
The customer service is amazing. The whole program's amazing.
I can see this having a huge effect on my business.
I got a wedding shoot within 5 days of this, man.
If you need somebody to run your Instagram or social media,
If you're looking to grow your Instagram at an affordable rate,
Elite Marketing.
Elite Marketing.
Elite Marketing.
I highly recommend them to anyone looking to further their social media influence.
Yeah, guys. So that's our testimonial video. Hopefully you can see that our clients trust us. We've definitely helped influencers get to where they need to go on Instagram, whether it be getting paid brand deals, growing an authentic audience. Just doing all the fun stuff that influencers want to be doing on Instagram. We definitely want to help you get there. So whether you're a photographer, model, videographer, stylist, entrepreneur, pro raver, singer, musician, anybody with a personal brand looking to get that passion out onto social media, we can help you get there. And I'll have a link up on the right there so you can go to the main website and check it out a little bit more. But yeah, guys, without further ado, the offer is still up there, ends in an hour. I'd love to have you guys on board, but thank you guys so much for tuning in. See you next time.